Hello everyone, welcome to Life, Love and the Pursuit of Real Estate. As I've always stated, I'll try and keep these videos short, sharp and to the point. Today I want to talk about, this is going to be a two-part quick video setup, and I want to talk about failure and the reasons why we fail. So what I've done is, over my period of doing quite a bit of consultancy across Australia, it's interesting when I'm asking people questions about where they've really messed up and what's actually gone wrong. And there seems to be quite just a few normal things that we maybe not look at clearly enough or with a bit of clarity to say, listen, this is why I'm really failing here. It wasn't actually the deal itself or the property itself or whatever it is, but the way that we went about it. And I just want to cover those points with you. The first thing is that when we fail, it's generally we've let fear guide us through our thought process. So what we've done is we've lacked a little bit of faith in relation to our goal or our outcome, or we haven't been clear on our goal or our outcome. So fear has actually guided us in the process at the start, and that's generally doomed with failure. Secondly, sometimes as we're going through, the challenge seems to be overwhelming once we start getting into the process of getting to where we think we want to be. So from that, and what happens is that when that happens, we need to make sure that we understand the opportunity of it, because when the challenge seems overwhelming, I don't believe we understand the opportunity of the goal and what it will create for us later, because we haven't thought it through properly. 3, a lot of distractions. Distractions destroy initial intent. And it could be the mobile phone, it could be a fight with a lover, it could be a fight with a friend, whatever it might be, it takes us off our course. So therefore, one of the words that I absolutely love is focus, which I've spoken about before. Right? So with focus, it allows us to stay like a dog with a bone on track. So on that score, distractions destroy initial intent. Absolutely. So we want to make sure that we limit our distractions. 4, low confidence or doubt. Doubt kills and fear sometimes can motivate. So we need to understand the difference with that. And one of the things that I say is that when people are looking at a particular task or an investment, whatever it might be, what they're doing is they haven't done enough homework. And repetition is the mother of skill. The more you practice something, the more proficient you will be at it and the more confident that you will be. So learn your art, whatever it may be. Right? And last, stay in the game. Consistency is the key. And what happens is 4 and 5 here are very closely related, because the more practice you do, the more consistent you will be and the longer you will stay in the game. And most people stop a venture halfway through and just say that it was no good and they failed. They failed because they didn't have the consistency, and that relied on the amount of knowledge that they had, because knowledge is power. So hopefully those 5 things, you might agree with me or you may not, but you may be able to use them in relation to what is the primary failures. And I've tried to line them down to 5 things just to be really clear. There's 2 parts of this coin, why we fail and why we win. So I've given you the failure ones, and these are the things that I think make a winner a winner. The first thing is that a winner has a sense of purpose. It's the dog with the bone idea. Now, and they have a sense of consistency. They remain consistent through the journey. They don't alter their course. They might manipulate and just alter their plan slightly, but they don't alter the course, because the goal is the goal. So consistency is where it's at. With that is backed up by endeavor. Endeavor, and some of you might think that this is very metaphysical or esoteric, but the reality of that is that a lot of success-based people have an innate belief of where they're going to be. But they have consistency, they have endeavor, they have belief, and along the way, they get points of satisfaction. They don't wait just to be satisfied at the end. Every way along this journey, there'll be a little juncture where they can sit back and go, I've made it to the next point. Now, some call it trigger points. I just call it little benches of satisfaction along the way where they go, I'm on the right course, this feels good. So those little points of satisfaction are great. And it is no different to a marathon runner breaking through that 20-mile barrier when there's only 6 miles left to go, right? Those are the things I'm talking about. The next thing is that we need to understand while we're going through our journey of where we are at emotionally, and talking about those 3 Qs that I spoke about before. Intelligence, emotional IQ, and social IQ. And at any point, you may not feel the same every day about your journey, but make sure that you write your goals down and write the things down that have been working for you along your process path. Write them down and relook at them every time you're not feeling 100%. The second last thing here is taking on education or seeking advice. Very often we stay in an igloo and we don't seek advice. So therefore, what I do is if I'm on a particular venture, I will generally seek advice from people that I respect and I know that have done that sort of job well beforehand, and just run it by them. I may not agree with everything they tell me, but it will make me reassess it. So what I do is I take advice, I seek advice, and I reassess where I'm at through the course of my journey, right? And the last thing is I find that my happiness is not necessarily built from the end result. It's built from the striving through the game. So therefore, if I wake up happy every day, I'm in control of that. But I wake up happy every day if I've got something to strive for. So I suggest that those of you who strive more are happier more often. Thanks very much for listening. Good luck. Stay great.